your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, rain falling. You can see on our Roofing Dog on a Flooring America camera in Springfield the puddles that are on the streets there in Springfield. And we switch it over to Decatur. And the rain falling there, as you can see, under the lamppost there. So that's what it looks like on our radar, or on our weather cameras. Here's what it looks like on radar, as you can see. As showers move in, look at that, north of Springfield, some heavier stuff near Petersburg. Decatur, there's your rain, as we were just showing you. Clinton, and then stretching down towards the Mattoon, Charleston area, also dealing with these showers as they move across the area. But look at the blue. That's some snow in some areas, maybe near Peoria, north of 74. They get some of those snowflakes by morning as temperatures get closer to that freezing mark. Another cool day tomorrow with more rain in the forecast. We'll talk about who may see those snowflakes a little better in the forecast coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
A vaccine could soon be coming to Champaign County, but it's not going to be for everyone. And if you're banking on a negative coronavirus test to give you the green light for Thanksgiving, think again, because experts say you could still put others at risk.
And you could call her Santa's helper. How one woman is helping kids have a Christmas.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 10.
We are hoping and praying for the vaccine to come and actually make an impact.
The Champaign-Urbana Public Health District is preparing for the first delivery of vaccines to arrive in December. Good evening. I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jessica Coons. This comes as Pfizer and Moderna are trying to get emergency authorizations.
A third company, AstraZeneca, announced today it's had successful late-stage trials as well.
WCIA 3's Jen Lask is following Champaign County's vaccination plan. So, Jen, you asked how many doses Champaign County could end up getting.
Well, Jessica, there are still some big questions now and big unknowns, like whether a combination of both Pfizer and Moderna vaccines will be sent here or just one of the companies' vaccines. But what officials do know is that they are still going to need everyone's help getting through this winter because hospitals' resources are being stretched thin.
Our community is currently planning for limited vaccine delivery in December.
Across the country, Pfizer says as many as 25 million doses could be delivered next month. During a news conference with Champaign County's Emergency Operations Center, I asked CUPHD Director Julie Pride how many of those doses we can expect here.
That's the thing. I could do a press conference the day before the vaccine is delivered, and by the time it's delivered, it could change.
What Pride can say is who will get the vaccine first.
Those are going to be people who have direct client care, so the people who work in emergency rooms and ICUs and in the hospital and convenient cares and things like that, including people who don't necessarily provide direct health care, but are exposed to people in those areas.
Carl's chief associate medical officer says hospitals here are already preparing for the vaccines to arrive.
We've gone out and already start securing freezers for one of the vaccines that will need to be maintained at minus 80 degrees in order for it to be stable enough to be administered.
So, what comes next before the vaccines can roll out in central Illinois? Both Pfizer and Moderna's tests show they're about 95% effective, and AstraZeneca also shows it's effective and potentially cheaper. But still, it's going to take a lot more than the first wave of vaccinations for the country to round the corner when it comes to COVID.
If you have a highly efficacious vaccine and only a relatively small 40–50% of the people get vaccinated, you're not going to get the herd immunity you need.
So here's why health officials are focusing on vaccinating employees first. Sick hospital employees aren't able to come to work, so just having a bed in the hospital isn't enough. Now hospitals will need to report on the number of empty beds that can be staffed and ready to use within 4 hours. Availability and capacity, including staffing, will be reviewed on a daily basis. And in Region 6 right now, which includes Champaign County, there are just 1 out of every 3 beds available in the ICU. Public health officials here say they could be forced to make some tough decisions if the number of cases keeps rising.
A lot of people end up coming here if their healthcare facilities get overrun, but also because, we have our mitigations and everything we do, we are tied to our entire region.
Because we do feel an obligation to be the safety net, we will accept them if we do have the resources. The challenge will be when we are short of resources or potentially out of resources, how do we deal with that at that time? And we're having ongoing discussions that include even ethical questions.
Some hospitals have called from hours away asking for help, and doctors are still urging people to continue masking up, Jessica, practice that social distancing, not only to keep yourself healthy, but also the doctors in your community who might be called upon to help you if you become sick.
Absolutely. They certainly have a lot to worry about. All right, Jen, thank you. Now, some COVID-19 patients at Carle are not recovering at the hospital. Instead, they're getting better through a program called Carle at Home. 95 patients since September have done this. A medical provider checks in with patients every day over the phone, and they're given a kit to monitor their vitals.
It keeps people in their home, you know, where they have support, where they're connected with their loved ones. And I think this having a physician call every day, a provider call, has just made all the difference in the world in terms of just the normal fear and anxiety of the unknown of this disease.
Right now, Carle at Home is only for people who go through the emergency department first.
But for those who test negative for COVID, health officials say that doesn't mean you're in the clear if you're traveling for Thanksgiving. A negative test could mean the virus hasn't had enough time to incubate. So if you've been around people and are planning to see others for the holiday, the best thing to do is just stay away from people.
This is the time we like to get together with family and friends, but the disease is throughout our region. A lot of people have it. Not everyone's aware that they have it. It's a very contagious disease. You don't want to spread that to family and friends.
Health officials expect the number of cases to increase after the holiday. And on Thanksgiving, while some are preparing meals, others are preparing COVID tests. Carle Hospital is hosting several COVID-19 testing sites. They'll be open on the holiday with adjusted hours. Carle on Madison Champaign will test from 8 to 6, and there are several other locations that will be open for those times. You can check out our website, WCIA.com. So statewide, more than 8,000 new cases were announced today. The positivity rate, 12.7%. That's a good thing because that's down over the last few days. But hospitalizations, those are up. More than 6,100 people with COVID are in the hospital. And several of those people are in the ICU and on ventilators. Those numbers are also both up. 47 more people have died in the last 24 hours, including 3 in central Illinois. The total number of deaths in Illinois since the pandemic began, over 11,500.
Everyone is okay after a garage fire this afternoon in SIDNEY. This happened near Dunlap Woods North and Wilsey Lane. It started in the detached garage. That building was destroyed. It also damaged the house and the truck in the driveway. The heat also melted the side of a neighbor's house, and that homeowner was worried it was going to do a lot more than just that.
It was already leaning that direction, and then almost probably 5 seconds after I came outside is when I started seeing the truck catch on fire. And so I just looked down at my cars and I'm like, okay, well, it's coming this way. So I ran inside and grabbed, you know, some shoes and jackets for my kids and then a few more important things and then came back outside.
The cause of that fire is still being investigated. A man is begging for answers after someone broke into his Bonneville storage unit. They took almost everything inside, including a CD collection and a camera he says would be difficult to replace. Johnny Martin saw that the stuff was gone when he went to check on it Saturday, but doesn't know when it was taken. He's trying to spread the word so police get more tips.
You can't replace that. That's like saying, you know, even if I did have insurance, and they give me $15,000, $20,000. Hey, that's cool, but you know what? It does. I would rather right now have my stuff back. I don't want $15,000.
Investigators at the Champaign County Sheriff's Office say they think this was an isolated incident. Anyone who knows anything is asked to contact them.
The state police agencies across the Midwest want drivers to be careful this week. They're asking you to slow your roll. This week is usually one of the busiest holiday travel periods of the year. They say don't drive distracted or impaired, wear your seatbelt, and don't speed. One semi-driver we spoke with says he's seen a lot more traffic on the road this week and drivers aren't paying attention.
Slow down and adjust the traffic, get off those cell phone, and adhere to speed limit, and so you have a safe holiday with your families.
State police are also reminding drivers to slow down and move over when approaching any vehicle on the side of the road with their emergency lights or flashers on. Volunteers need help putting out 2,000 flags in Watsika to honor a soldier killed on a peacekeeping mission. Sergeant Jeremy Sherman died November 12th in a helicopter crash in Egypt. 4 other American soldiers and 2 European peacekeepers died as well. The flags will be set up Friday at noon by the Flagman's Mission Continues group. The funeral is set for next Monday, and the flags will be taken down the day after.
One mayor and city council are facing a lawsuit, what they're accused of doing wrong.
Plus, demolition continues at one former complex. How many more buildings are coming down?
And if you're looking for holiday gifts, there's one guide that can help you shop local.